Okay, so as of now, we have completed this, I know, transparent firewall, HA, and that admin profile. Now we will do this admin profile is done. Now, now we'll do the vwire. Vwire is related to the transparent only. What is the major difference between to them? This management IP is not required in the vwire. Okay, got it? This management IP only is not required. We don't need to assign here. Okay, 101.11. Okay, so I'm just doing this more configuration. Okay, start all. Before starting, I need to connect the network. Yeah, so more action, start all nodes. Okay, so if you check, we already done this one, right? The configuration we already did in the last class. So IP route, if you check, IP configuration is already done in the routers, not in the firewalls. Okay, got it? R3, this is a R3. I'm not wrong. R1, R2, and R3 and R4. So let me do the R1. Here also configuration is there. R1, R2, and R4. In R1, R2, R3, R4, what we have done here, R1 is fine. Okay, enable show IP route. Here also IP configuration is already done here. R2 enable show IP route. Here also done. R4 enable show IP route. Okay, so everything is there. Now internet is also a internet enable show IP route. So only two interface IP is there. Okay, so now show IP interface brief. Okay, so now what we have to do? We just need to wipe these firewalls, both the firewalls, and we'll do the fresh configuration onto this. So in the configuration means nothing. We just need to select the virtual wire here. Okay, like interface we're creating, right? Wait a minute. R1, R2, R3, R4. Wait, it is hanging now. So guys, say anything meanwhile. Say just discuss normal thing. Once it is up, we'll be continue the configuration. Any other query? Said about the course? Not right. So we'll do this today, and tomorrow we'll do this, and we'll try to close it virtual. This one also VRRB. Then dial-up VPN, FSSO, link aggregation. This whatever the possibility. Meanwhile, because I need to upgrade my machine, that is the reason I'm not going to, setting this one, the VPN sites. Okay, but I will try. I will try to close it by this weekend. Okay, 14 layer, 14 manager. Saturday, Sunday is possible for your availability, right? Why happen? Can I close this? Okay, leave it. We already checked, right? Yeah. So firewall only. There is a nomination termination session. Do you want to restart the session? Yes. This is firewall one. This is our firewall two. Which interface I'm connected? Port number one. Port number one. So system interface. So system interface. So what is the IP? 25.139. 139. Another IP. Admin. Admin. So system interface. Okay. This one 75 138. 192 168. 25.138. Admin. 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 Okay. Okay. So, what are the things which we have to? Here everything is done, right? We just need to allow port one, port three, everything. Okay. So now, this is our primary. In the go to the network. In the check the network site, every IP is there or not. And this IP we need to assign, right? Port number three and port number two side. So port number one is fine. We just need as a this enable manual. Okay, making as a static to both. Here also network interface and what port number one as a port number one I'm making as a manual. Okay, port number two. Port number two, what is the IP? No need to assign IP, just we need to allow the ping. Port number two, I just allow to the ping. Port number three, we have IP, right? Port number three, we can't allow IP into this. Sorry, I forgot. We can't allow IP. We can't assign IP into these interfaces into this firewall. Okay, so static routes and everything policies only we need to require. Static routes also is not required if I'm not, but if we can do also. Static route is not required because we don't have static route should be go by this, right? So static route is also not required. Only the policy only we need to allow. Before the policy, we need to create interface. Under the interface, if you check here, virtual wire option is there, right? In the virtual wire, we can check the name primary or secondary. I'm just using P1 I'm just using as a P1, and under this one, I'm what are the port number two and port number three only I need to select. Okay, port number two and port number three only I'm selecting. Now done. In the same way, this side also I need to create this one and virtual wire. What are the port number two and port number three. So here also P2, two and three. Okay, okay. Now I need to go for the policy. In the no, in the previous day there is no virtual wire virtual wire pair policy option is not available, right? But today you'll get this option because we created this virtual wire, right? Under the virtual wire, what are the things? If you check in this side virtual wire, we are having a two, we just bounded two interface under this, right? Correct. Check. Port number one and port number two is under the virtual wire. So now we need to do that. Create the policy, firewall policy, virtual wire. In the virtual wire, we need to create a policy. Under this policy, look, this is the different one, right? P1 I'm only keeping the P1. Okay, so port number packet will come from port number two and it will go via port number three. So port number two here, you need to select this one. Okay, if you select this, the port number packet will come from the port number three. If you select this, packet will come via port number two. Okay, source will be a port number two. Sorry, source will be a all, destination will be a all, and everything is a all as a normal. Allow. That's it. Anything I'm missing? IP pool is you can use as a netting is not required. Leave it. Okay, this side also. So in this, we need to check whether this is able to ping their gateway or not. What is the gateway IP? 192.168.101. Okay, let me check. Ping 192.168.101.1. Is it reachable? Reachable, right? But is it possible to reach for this firewall? Cannot reach to this one, right? Is it possible? Why it is not possible? Ping from 192.168.101.100. Yeah, the same one is right. 101.100, but it will not ping. They can't ping, right? Because the policy, what the policy is telling? Policy is telling the port number one. We have selected the port number two as a source, and the port number it will go via port number three. Again, we need to create the same policy. Okay, for the same policy, create new. This time P1 only, P11 I'm keeping. The packet will come from port number 3, it will go via port number 2. This is the only we need to select. Okay, netting, user dynamic interface, it will not allow user dynamic pull, also not require the netting is I'm just keeping as a shutdown. Okay, now if this one is will try, it will be able to ping. It clear, clear side. No, there is no option. We need to create all. Okay, from here, if let me take from here R1 to R3. Is it possible to ping 19101.1.1.100? Ping 101.1.1.100. He can ping, right? Is it possible to ping for 102.1.1.100? Cannot ping because net it can this sorry the netting I was thought about the netting packet will go by like this. It will reach to the 102 also if it is fine. 102.192.168.102.1 and 2.168.102.1. The same thing you need to do for other things also. Okay. So this no using the virtual wire only it will ping, but it is not pingable here because if the policy is not there, right? Here also we need to create the same policy. Virtual wire, create new, Okay, P2 packet will come from this, packet will go while this and this and this. Yeah, bidirectional we don't have. We can't merge both as a in incoming and outgoing. Like that, if I keep packet will be there. It means switch directional means it will be here. If I keep it's a switch direction. It is also switch direction, but it is a switch. All are the same. Port whenever you're keeping this, if you select this one, it will allow to both. Okay, let me check. Netting is not required. There is an option, right? I'm selecting instead of selecting one port, we're selecting the both the port. Okay, both the option. Yeah, no problem. If you keep you, it is better. If you not, it is also fine. If you want to create one by one, okay? Yeah, reachability is there. Instead of I don't need to keep this, right? Cancel. I can just keep it as a delete. Here only we have a single one, so now we can reach any. Okay, reachability is there 102.100, correct? 102.100. Here it is possible traceability 102.1.1.100. Tracing the route to the escape sequence to abort. For PC, it is better to check the trace route. R4 ping 192.101.1.100 ping 101.1.1.101.1.1.100 92 ping 192.168 dot no 160.101.100 101. Yeah, for this one it is allowing. For this one it will allow. Okay. So bidirectional, unidirectional, you are trying to say something. Uh, 102.1 102.1 it is reachable 192.168 192.168 dot 102 dot 1.1.100 possible for it 1.1.1 192.168. Hmm. It is not. We need to do the policy for this one. Something wrong. Yesterday also we saw, right? It is not a ping for this one. Okay, so you're trying to something R1, right? Trace route is not possible here. Trace route, trace route, trace route 192.168.102 dot. It will go via this tunnel only, right? Look, 101. It went to 101.1. Then it is there is a drop 101. It is going via the 101 only. Okay, if you check the internet, enable there's an option debug IP ICMP. If you check again, if I keyed the same thing, ping 192.168.102.1. Able to see anything? Packet is coming from unreachable, but packet is coming from 101.1.100 by this one. Okay, 102 dot. It is the source. 102 is a dash source. So like that, it will work. But overall, we cannot assign the IP onto this. That is the main concept of this one. If you check config admin admin so system interface. Okay, look, only this interface is available in the virtual wire. If you talk about the transparent mode, yesterday we saw there is no IP, right? Correct. So that is the reason. That is the only different on this vwire and this one. To management for this firewall management only. Yesterday, by using this IP, we are using that we access the firewall. If you remember, there was a PC connected, right? But so that is the reason we configured as a management IP to this one to access the GUI mode. Okay, so that's it for today, and be on call with me. Just a minute.